The other filter that's very, very helpful is the graduated neutral density filter. And so the problem that travel photographers have is we're photographing landscapes and things and the sky. And the sky is too bright and we want to darken the sky down so that we can see the colors and the saturation a little bit better. And you're going to do that with a graduated neutral density filter if you want to do it out in the field. Now technically you can do 2 shots and put something together in HDR. I like to do things in real time as possible. And so using this filter, I get to see it and it's done out in the field. So the way that you are supposed to use the filter is by getting an adapter ring, getting a holder, and then sliding the filter in. And you'll notice these are square filters so that you can slide them up and down to move that gradation depending on where the horizon is. Now this sometimes takes too long for me, so I will do the shortcut and just simply hold it in front of the lens. And that's what a lot of photographers do when you just need it for a couple of shots. So here's what it does. Out here in the Olympic Mountains in Washington, we got some nice wildflowers and we have a beautiful sunset. Do you all see the beautiful sunset there? All right, well, let's try a different exposure to show you what's going on with the sunset. So it's some nice clouds in the sky. And I, being the greedy person that I am, I want the best of both worlds. Okay, I want the clouds and I want the flowers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my camera up for the flowers. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my neutral density filter and I'm going to slide it down and darken the sky and leave the flowers nice and clear. And I can get this all in one shot. I can see it right there in the camera. Yes, I could shoot 2 shots and compile it later in Photoshop, but it's nice and it's good to do right out in the field. And so anytime you see pictures with very distinctive clouds with texture, chances are that there was a split neutral density filter used for this. Now this one I did have to go back in, and in Lightroom I had to touch it up a little bit because you notice there's this flagpole right here in the middle. Well, it got a little too dark, so I went back and I lightened it up just a little bit to make it a little bit more normal because the filter, the top part of it, darkened it up too much. Sometimes you can use a polarizer and a split neutral density filter at the same time. But anytime you're shooting the sky and dark landscapes, it helps out. Anytime you're shooting sunsets, the split neutral density filter can help out quite a bit. In this case, I'm in the forest, and this is completely unfiltered. We're going to add a polarizer to the right-hand side. The background is a little bit brighter than the foreground, and I would like to keep your eyes on the foreground, so I'm going to take a split neutral density filter, the grad filter as it's known, and I'm going to darken up the back. And so here we can see 3 different versions of the same image. Each use of that filter, I think, brings it to a slightly better place.